Hey everybody, Miss Cook here, ready to share with you about some awesome trees today. Trees are some of my favorite things. We're going to talk about two that can be found right here on Oahu. So we're going to start with the Koa Acacia tree. Everyone say that with me, Koa Acacia. Very good, Acacia. So here we've got our Koa tree, and on this side we are going to compare it with the Cocos nucifera. All right, everyone say that with me, Cocos nucifera. Good, and that is also known as the coconut tree, all right, the coconut palm. So comparing and contrasting today, Koa Acacia with Cocos nucifera. And we're gonna start over here with the Koa tree, all right, don't mock my drawings. You guys all know that I am a teacher, not an artist, but that I try really hard. All right, so drawing out our Koa tree over here. All right, we've got big branches that are going to branch out to be between 20 and 40 feet wide. And it's going to end up being about 50 to 80 feet tall. All right, and it's going to have a circumference of about 20 feet. All right, so circumference. Who remembers? What does circumference mean? Very good. So the circumference is going to be the width around the tree trunk, all right? And these can get up to 20 feet wide. That's crazy, you guys. All right, so here we've got our big Koa tree, and of course it's got all sorts of leaves and it's very green, all right? It ends up usually sort of having a shape like this, all right? And I might add in some more greenery later, but for now that's what we've got. And one thing to note about the size of the Koa is, excuse me, let me grab my marker, that it's going to grow 20 to 30 feet in about 5 years. All right, and another thing to note about the size of the Koa tree is that it's going to grow the best in volcanic ash soil. All right, so here's our big Koa tree, 20 to 40 feet wide, 50 to 80 feet tall, with a circumference of up to 20 feet, and it's going to grow best in volcanic ash soil, and it's going to grow quickly between 20 to 30 feet in 5 years. Now, in contrast, over here, we have our Cocos nucifera, or our coconut palm, all right, and it is going to grow about 100 feet tall, which is also super tall, and it's going to grow up here. You're going to have your palms coming out, all right? I'm much better at drawing the coconut tree than the Koa tree, but I will get there. And here, we're going to add in some coconuts. All right, so again, that's 100 feet tall, and it's not going to get nearly as wide as the Koa Acacia. All right, so here's our size up here, up to 100 feet tall. And it's important to note that there are two sizes of coconut tree. There is the tall, and there is the dwarf. Really highlighting that the only big difference there is in their height. You have tall, and then here you have the dwarf. All right, so when we stick with our coconut palm, we added in these coconuts right here. So guys, you can tell me, is the coconut a fruit or a seed? It is. It is a fruit. All right, so here we go, drawing in our fruit. Let's talk about that fruit. So a tall tree is going to yield 30 to 75 coconuts in 1 year. All right, and they're going to start to produce their coconuts between 6 to 10 years old. I did say 10 to 20, right? Yep, years old. And they're going to have peak production between 15 and 20 years. All right, so here we've got our coconut tree with the coconut fruit, and that is going to starkly contrast over here to the seeds that are going to come from the koa plant. All right, so in the koa plant, we're going to get seeds. All right, so when we compare it to the coconut, they're going to be much smaller as well. So they're going to start to produce their seeds between 5 and 30 years old. And they're going to be found in pods, also called phyllodes. Everyone say that with me, phyllodes. Very good. And we spell that P-H-Y-L-L-O-D-E-S. And the phyllodes are going to be about 1 inch wide, and they're going to have about 12 seeds a piece inside of them. All right, and an important part about the phyllodes to remember is that they are ready for propagation when they turn brown or black. All right, so seeds are happening over here in pods in contrast with the fruits on the coconut tree. Now, very quickly, last up, let's talk about the leaves. All right, so the leaves on the koa tree, oh, actually, let's start here with the palm tree. So the palm tree has nice big leaves. Raise your hand if you've seen a palm tree leaf. Okay, awesome. So when we think about it, the leaves are a special kind of leaf called a pinnate leaf. Everyone say that with me, pinnate. Very good. And what that means is that it's going to have one central stem going up the leaf. And that pinnate is going to be 13 to 20 feet long. And that pinnate is going to have something we call pinnae, not the pasta, coming off of it in pairs, just like this, right? We like to call them pond fronds, but it's going to have pinnae that are going to be 2 to 3 feet each, all right, and it's going to come off of the sides. And when the old ones break away from the palm tree, they're going to break away very cleanly. So this is a pinnate leaf that the palm tree has, and it is very different from the type of leaf that our Koa Acacia is going to have. The Koa Acacia is going to have bipinnate leaves. All right, everyone say that with me, bipinnate. Very good. Who knows, what does bi mean when you see it in front of a word? 1, 2, 7, 12, good. 2. So it's going to have 2 pinnates, right? We already know that this pinnate is our central vein. So on your koa leaf, you're going to have the central pinnate, right? But then you're also going to have other pinnae coming off. But the trick with these is they are then going to have another set of leaves. So you're really having 2 pinnates. All right, so the Koa Acacia is going to have these leaves coming off of them. Okay, and it's going to end up having about 12 sets of these on each pinnate. So you've got the one main one, and then you've got the small ones that have the little leaflets coming up there. All right, so they're going to have 12 to 24 leaflets on each of the pinnates that are coming off. But here's a catch. They're only going to stay there for 6 to 9 months. After 6 to 9 months, they're going to turn into phyllodes. Everyone say that with me, phyllodes. Very good. So here we've got our bipinnate leaves coming up. But after 6 to 9 months, those leaves are going to go away and they're going to turn into a phyllodes. All right? So let's see, 6 to 9 months, leaves become phyllodes. All right, and those phyllodes are going to connect down here because those are what are going to make your seeds. All right, so here's the phyllodes, and basically it grows at the base of the leaves and it just pushes the leaves off the end of the tree. All right, so here we have bipinnate leaves with pinnate leaves, and then we have our seeds in contrast with our fruits. And we have a similar height in our trees, but we have very contrasting widths. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, and one more thing. You almost let me forget to tell you all about the habitat of the Koa and the Cocos nucifera plants. So here we have the habitat of the Koa tree. The Koa tree is endemic to the Hawaiian Islands. Everyone say that with me, endemic. Very good. And what that means is it is only found here. It is found on Oahu, Maui, Big Island, Molokai, but it's only found in the Hawaiian Islands, and it is prone to grow in wet forests and at elevations of 330 to 7,500 feet. All right, so here we have the Koa's habitat, wet forests, and it is endemic to Hawaii, meaning that it's not found anywhere else. And you have this in stark contrast with the habitat of the palm, which is found in tropical, humid climates like Hawaii. But it's also found in over 80 countries around the world. So it is everywhere. Around the world. I'm actually going to cross that out and put globally. Because globally means around the world, and it's a stronger word to use in my speech.